Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is Michael Obadozier, the voice, and you're welcome to Hot Seat on the finest radio station online, Afrobeat Live. Today is the 30th day of October 2018, and we want to welcome everyone. We have a super show tonight. We have a special guest in the house. So right now, as you're watching us on Facebook, we'd like you to click the share button, share with your friends, your family, anyone around you, because you don't want to miss this, especially if you live in Prince George's County. Tonight by my side, I have the big boss himself, Taye Akimboni. How you doing?
Hello, everybody. Thank you for joining us. We appreciate your time.
Awesome. So, ladies and gentlemen, we're about to kick off. In the next 1 minute, we want you to hit the share buttons and share to everyone. We have an amazing woman in the house who is running for office in Prince George's County as the county counsel at large in Prince George's County. So we'll be kicking off in 1 minute, so we want you to hit the share buttons. Thank you. While we wait, we want to just share our condolences with the families in the Pittsburgh area who encountered the horrible act of terror that happened in Pittsburgh this past weekend. We pray that the Lord will help your community recover from this crazy situation.
Amen. Okay, I hope you've shared this with your friends and family. Let them know we're online. Feel free. The call-in number is on your screen. If you have any question that you want to ask, the number is 202-681-0389. That's 202-681-0389. Join us on Facebook. Type in your question. Anything you want to ask is here to ask. So when you're ready, let's get started.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, tonight we have an amazing lady. She is, she's a mother, she's a wife, she's a business owner in Prince George's County here in the state of Maryland, and she's running for the county counsel at large position in the county of Prince George's County, and her name is Felicia Folarin. How are you doing this evening?
I'm doing great. Thank you for having me.
Awesome.
Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for joining us.
Time out of your busy day to talk about what you are asking people to do, which is to vote for you. We really appreciate your time. I know this time of the year is busy for you, so we really appreciate you coming out and taking time out of your busy day.
Thank you for having me.
Awesome. So I'm going to ask you the first question, and first and foremost, personally, I'm proud of you as a woman of African descent, of Nigerian descent. Most times we stay and kind of mind our business, but at the end of the day we have complaints. But it's awesome to see someone like you who is putting her foot forward to be the change that we need. So that means a lot of us are not really vast in the political, especially local politics. So what is a county counsel at large, and what do they do, and what are their responsibilities?
Okay, well, first of all, I want to thank you for having me here, and I want you to excuse my voice because I've been out canvassing all day for the past 5 days, from 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. every day out in the cold trying to reach all the voters. Wow. And so please excuse my voice if it sounds a little bit husky. Yeah. And also, I just wanted to share that my heart goes out to the families who lost loved ones in Pittsburgh, and I just pray that the Lord will comfort every one of them. Amen. And pray that we don't have such situations happening in the country anytime again soon, by God's grace. Amen. And so, to your question, I'm running for the office of counsel at large for Prince George's County, and the county, as you know, or if you don't know, is divided into 9 districts. And each district has a council member responsible for their district. Okay. And now the council at large seat has just recently, in the last election period, been created in Prince George's County. Okay. Other counties have it. Montgomery had it, but we never had a council at large seat. It was voted upon by most of the people in the county to create these 2 at-large seats. The job of the at-large seat is to oversee the entire county, as opposed to, you know, you have a district man in charge of District 1, District 2, and all the 9 districts, but now you have an at-large that oversees the entire county. And the role of the at-large pretty much is the same as the council member, except the fact that you're now overseeing all of the counties as opposed to 1. So you have a council member currently, now you're going to have 3.
Nice.
So if you have issues and you can't reach your council member, you can reach us.
Nice.
So that's pretty much what the council member does, and they're responsible for the legislative aspect of the county government, you know, zoning issues, and a lot of, you know, the other health
Wow.
issues.
I think we got a caller already.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Hello, thank you for calling to ABL. How can I help you? Hello. Hi, do you have a question for the councilwoman? A large running? Who's speaking, please? Why is it? Can you hear me? Hello? Okay, please call back. For some reason, we're not hearing you. I don't know if you can hear us, but please call back. Thank you. Well, before we move forward, before I ask you the next question, I just want to thank people that are logging on Facebook that are watching us live. Neka Ada wants to say hello. Way to go, guys. Kola Omale, thank you for joining. Babajide Phillips. Ade Dinan, everybody's already showing you love. Kola Omale says, I'm all in.
Thank you all for calling in and checking in.
Yes. So my question to you, tell us a little bit about yourself. What is your background?
Where do I start from? I'm a Nigerian. Both my parents are from Nigeria. I came to this country originally on the 1st of October in 1998, which makes it a little bit over 20 years now that I arrived in this country. I came in this country to study. I got my MBA in finance from the University of the District of Columbia in 2001. Okay. Shortly after that, I started my own business. I'm an insurance agent by profession. I have an all-state agency. I have one up in Highsville, started about 15 years ago. And I just recently, last year, 2 years ago, opened up a second location in Washington, D.C. Okay. I'm married. I live in Bowie with my husband. We don't have any children yet. We're still trusting God, but we're doing well. That's about it, unless you have specific questions.
Awesome. So I'd like to ask you about what it is you're bringing to the county, to the people of the county. What would they be expecting from you as their counsel at large?
So let me go back a little bit and tell you a little bit more about myself, which will lead into my answer to that question. For those who don't know, I'm the first of 6 children from my mother. And shortly after I got into college, so years ago, my father passed away. And my mom, who was barely about 40 years old at the time, had to raise 6 children by herself, which was tough. My mom didn't have the opportunity to go to college. And you know how Nigerian families or African families generally feel about education. Exactly. And she also happened to be working at the university community at the time. She was the secretary in the department at the university where I studied. And so she was very determined that one thing she was going to give to her children was good education. And to whatever length we were ready to go, she will make sure that she helps us get there. And so although it was rough, many times it was tough, but we made it through. There were times when I would go home and ask for money to buy handouts, just little stuff, supplies, books and stuff, and she wouldn't have the money, but then she wouldn't tell me. She would run down the street and tell me I'll be right back. I didn't know at the time, she was probably selling or pawning a gold, a jewelry and stuff to pay her fees. Wow. But with all of that though, all 6 of us graduated with at least 2 degrees. Wow. And my brother, I have a lawyer brother, an engineer brother. My only sister is a medical doctor. I'm here. One of my brothers is an educator. And so this is what instilled in me the value of education. And that's why I went through that story, just so you understand where I'm coming from. And you understand that education It's the reason why I'm in this country in the first place. So I know the value of education and what it could do to a family, to an individual life, to the economy, and how you can make a difference, just by getting the education and having the opportunity to get it. Knowing that my mother couldn't get it, and knowing how she really badly wanted it, but her parents couldn't afford it, and going through what she had to go through to make sure that we get the education that we needed. And today, she's happy, she's happier for it, and we're also happy that, she made the sacrifice.
Yeah.
And so that's the background and why education is the backbone of my campaign. We live in Prince George's County, where the school system in this county is ranked 22 out of 24, and if you count Baltimore, then it will be 22 out of 25. Yeah. And it just breaks my heart that the people we have in office, elected office, some of them don't see what's going on. And I believe that if we get the education right, a lot of things will fall in place. The economy will thrive, crime will reduce, and it will just be a better county for all of us. And I know we can do better. And giving an opportunity to get a seat at the table will afford me. I know my story alone is enough to encourage a child out there to say, hey, you can do it. No matter what the situation is, you can do it. I understand that, everybody may not.
Sorry, we got a caller.
Okay.
I hope we get it through this time.
Okay.
Hi, caller. Can you hear me? Yes, how are you? Oh, sorry. Wrong call.
Okay.
So before we go to the next questions, just want to read a few comments real quick. Neka that said, love what you stand for, Miss Felicia Folarin. You are a gift to PG County. Nice.
Thank you, Mr.
Mr. Shagun says, what party though?
Oh, I'm a Republican, and I know that's one of the major questions I've been getting, like, what is your party affiliation? And I'm a Republican in Prince George's County, and you all know that the ratio of Democrat to Republican in Prince George's County is 11-1. Yeah. But you know what? When you're running and you have a cause and you have a message, it doesn't matter what the ratio is. You just want to do good. You want to make a difference, and you want to bring change into the community. That's what I stand for. Yeah. And for me, it's not about party affiliation. It's not about being a Democrat or being a Republican. It's about making a difference. It's about having an opportunity to do it and actually doing it. Okay. That's why I'm running.
Exactly. Because I was looking on the PG County, on the state website for the elections, and there are 6 Democrats running against you. And I guess I think it's a good time for you to be a Republican, because
that was in the primary election.
In the primary election, so who is?
It was in the primary election. There were 9 Democratic candidates running, but I was running unopposed as a Republican. And that was a good thing. Imagine me being one of the 9.
Exactly.
I don't stand a chance.
That's right.
You understand? And we had a lot of, African brothers and sisters who ran in the primary election and didn't make it through the primary election. Yeah. And that has been the trend in my 20 years in this county. We've had good people run for elections and they just make it through past the primary election because the system has been set up that way. Exactly. So to say. And I'll show you something. I don't know if your time allows. Sure. This is a democratic sample ballot. This is the type of thing you get in your house, before the election, and, it allows you to pick who's going to represent you and all of that. And what happened with some of our African brothers and sisters in the primary election is they all ran. They are all given the opportunity to run for office, which they did. But then when you get this, even though everybody's name is listed on the sample ballot, there are some names that have been pre-checked for you to select as your candidates. And this is how our brothers and sisters get dropped in the primary election, and they never make it past it. And so you want to send out one of these. If you're doing the bulk mailing, it costs about 37 cents a piece. And you have to send to In this county alone, 620,000 households. That will cost you close to $200,000. And if you have to send mailers like 2 or 3 times, which is how you can actually catch the attention of people, you're looking at roughly over $500,000 and close to $1 million. And of course, we don't have that kind of money. And so this is how a lot of good people get dropped from making it up into an elected office. And so the system has been set up to select specific people for specific offices, and no matter what you do, you surely can try. It's just hard. You know.
Interesting.
Before you go to the next question, I just want to thank Fadeke Adeyemo for joining. Mrs. BC, saying very true. I guess she's agreeing with you on the educational passion that you have, that you talked about earlier. She also says, stay on message and spread it as far as you can. Thanks for what you are doing.
Thank you.
Samuel Olusegun says, Larry Hogan is proposing a tuition-free for community college in Maryland. How true is this? I think that's what it meant to say. And Bishop also responded saying, actually it is true. So go ahead. I'm sorry. I just wanted to keep up with the questions coming in.
Okay, cool. So education. PG County is the largest.
And I'm sorry to cut in. Please call it Prince George's County.
Prince George's County. You know. So in Prince George's County, school system is the 3rd largest in the DMV area. The others are Fairfax County and Montgomery County. Let's just use Montgomery County because they're in the same county. They are ranked about 7th or 6th in the state, and we are 22nd, 23rd. What is the main problem? Because for one, we are the richest black county in America. So I don't know if the problem is money or if it's the number of teachers. Montgomery has 163,000 students, and we have about 130. Their budget is like 2.6 billion, and ours is 1.9. So I don't really see where the problem is. Can you help us understand where the problem with our school system is?
Okay, so this thing about being the most affluent county in the entire country, I think that was some years ago.
Okay.
Black county. I think that was some years ago. Okay. I'll say if you look at the numbers now, it kind of looks like Montgomery County, and I could be wrong, but that's what it is, because that's based on income, average income. So if you look at the stats now, it's a little bit different. But we have a lot of issues with our school system. One, we don't have enough teachers. Okay. We have overcrowded classes because we don't have enough teachers. Our teachers are not being paid enough, as much as other counties, and our schools don't have enough supplies. And so we have a lot of teachers come here. They get trained, they get all the education they need, and then they're gone. And we're not able to keep them. And so these are some of the issues. Funding is also an issue, but I think one of the problems with the funding is transparency, and accountability on where the funds goes. It's not just that. Our schools, a lot of them need renovation. Look at the situation we had at the beginning of the last session when some schools were closed down because the air conditioning was not working. We had a situation with mold, and I met a lot of teachers. I met a teacher today who is on an inhaler because she got asthma because of that mold issue. It's just a whole lot of things going on in our school system that's just wrong, and it saddens me to see that, because I've been asking a lot of questions, and I've had a lot of people attack me and say, oh, you can't change the school system. You're the council member. That's the school board. That's that. But, elected officials can work together with the school board to make sure they're doing the right thing. Also,
the school board is made up of council members too.
The school board is completely different from the council. Okay. And the council is responsible for the budget of this county. Yeah. Including the school system. And so right now, Prince George's County is spending about 62% of its resources on the schools. And we still have the results that we have now. It just doesn't add up. It doesn't make sense. And that's where I say, I'm not an elected official. I've never been in office. I've never run for office. I'm not a career politician. So maybe there's something there that is going on that I don't know. But I think it's pretty clear because, I got a copy of the financial report of the county, and I'm looking at it, and I just couldn't figure it out what went wrong where. We're spending 62% of our resources on the school. And we don't have enough teachers, and we don't have enough supplies. We're not paying them enough. The schools are in this condition that they're in, and we're having mold issues. We don't have air conditioning. Something is not right.
Yeah.
So staying on education, I went to, of course, I voted today, and I saw that
great.
one of the questions on there is about making sure that 100% of the revenue that comes in from the casinos that I just started in Prince George's County in the last 2 or 3 years goes to education system. What do you think about that? Why? I thought that was the whole reason why they allow gambling in the first place.
Thank you for that question, and I agree 100% with that you vote yes on question number 1.
Yes.
Let me go back. When the casino was going to be built, we were told that this was going to reduce the burden on homeowners, and our taxes won't have to go up so high because we're going to generate so much income from this casino and gambling, and that it will go towards the school system to supplement.
Yes.
And that's the key word, to supplement what we're currently paying and spending on the school. But that did not happen.
So where was that money going?
Number one, the money, part of it goes to the school system, but that wasn't just for Prince George's County. That had to be spread across the state. Yes, we get a chunk of it, but then at the same time, our school budget was cut. And so rather than having a supplement, we kind of ended up right where we were. And so we got shortchanged on that deal. So now, and also the money from the gambling has been going to other things apart from the school because, everything else, the money goes to the state first. And then Prince George's County, Montgomery County, every other county gets a part of it. So now this lockbox question is saying that the money or income revenue generated from the casino is going to go to the school and go to the school alone, and that the Prince George's County will get a higher percentage of it because it's
here
there,
in Prince George's County.
which is what it should have been in the first place.
Speaking of money going to the state, you're a Republican candidate.
Correct.
Our current governor, who is running for re-election, is also a Republican candidate.
Correct.
What do you think about his job that he's done so far, and how do you feel about him?
I think Governor Hogan has done a
yes.
fantastic job. Nobody is 100% perfect. One of the things he has done is to make sure that our taxes has not gone up in the state of Maryland in the last 4 years. That's the first time that has happened in a long time. Because one of the things that we get is every year taxes going up. And if you look at Prince George's County, for example, one of the problems we have in this county, and one of the reasons a lot of people move out of the county, number one reason is the school system. People want to put their kids in better school. They can afford to pay for the private schools. And so they would rather move out to the next county where they have better schools. And I've had friends and customers who have sold their houses in Bowie to move to an apartment in another county just for the sake of their kids. And so we've lost revenue. We've lost revenue in that area. So in Prince George's County, our income revenue has been reducing. If you look at the financial statement, it was mailed to every household. I hope people will actually take time and read this financial report. Income revenue reduced, but our tax revenue increased. So if you look at the overall income in Prince George's County, it looks like we're doing well. The income is growing, but that's because of our taxes that keeps going up. You see that? But how long, how high is it going to go? When is it going to stop? When is it going to be enough? But the point is we still have a school system that is not doing up to par, and we still don't have enough money going into the school system. And so if we don't do something about the economy, our taxes are going to keep going up, and we're going to run people out of this county. And so that's one thing that the governor has done that I'm very happy with and I'm proud of. He's done a whole lot of other things. You know, it's just like me. He was a businessman before he ran for office. He wasn't a career politician. And I think that's one of the reasons why he has been able to do as much as he's been able to do. Because one of the problems we have in Prince George's County is, I don't care what you say, we keep electing the same people over and over again because the system has been set up to do that. And we just fall for it each time. A lot of people are wiser. A lot of people are educated voter. They actually do their research and know the candidates. I'll show you something. This tells you is the Democratic sample ballot, right?
Yeah.
But you know, there are some Democratic candidates that are running for office that are not even included in this sample ballot.
And as a PJ County, and I've also been involved with election a little bit, that's one thing that I don't understand. Is you say I don't want to put Democrats on the spot, but you're a Democrat, but you pick and choose who you highlight. And I know that's one of the problems of the county. But staying on the Democratic topic real quick, not to put you on the spot, everyone that's watching at home, please share the video. We're going to get to the question. Thank you so much for logging in. I did Doyen, Courtney, Paul, Shy Bell, thank you guys for logging. I just have one quick question. Ben Jealous is running against Governor Hogan. Again, I'm not a Republican. I'm not a registered Republican. I'm actually a registered Democrat. You're a Republican. But one of the things that Governor Hogan has done is the free education for community college. I used to be the head coach at Prince George's Community College soccer team.
Oh, great.
So for me, that's big because now other counties will not be able to get our kids because of free money or scholarship. Now you can go to school for free. It opens a whole new world of opportunity for the future. What is your opinion about Ben Jealous? Do you think he can do what Governor Hogan has done?
To be honest with you, I don't know much about Ben Jealous. I didn't even hear much about him until he started running for office. That's the honest truth. So I didn't know enough to be able to make a judgment as to what he stands for and what he's going to do and how he's going to do it. So I'm a little bit reserved on the issue of Ben Jealous. But the governor has done it. I agree with what he has done with the education, the community college, because this will give people opportunity, and that's what I'm talking about, empowering people and getting education. A lot of people, everybody is not going to be a lawyer or a doctor, but when you go to the community college, you have the opportunity to study a trade. And then if you get licensed in that trade, then you can start a small business in this county, right? And we can make sure that the jobs and the contracts that are going out from the county office goes to people who actually live in this county. And that's how you grow the economy. And if you have more people that are being empowered in this county and they're paying their taxes in this county, that helps to grow our revenue base. And see, that's how you can keep our taxes low. Right now, trim was put in place. I don't know if you know about that. That was a law. That was a bill that was passed to make sure that our taxes don't go up past a certain level unless the citizens vote on it. If you're going to go over what trim has put in place, remember we voted for that. But our elected officials have been going around trim. And each time they tell us is, we're going to put education and all of that. And I also want to caution people on, all these questions that come, all the other questions that come on the ballot, that says, do you agree that we borrow money to do this? Do you agree that when you say yes, 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 be careful with that because you're giving a blank check for them to do whatever they want to do.
So you guys have heard it. First, be careful. I just want to remind everybody, early voting in Prince George's County ends Thursday.
On Thursday, the 1st.
So
early voting is on. The polls are open from 10 a.m. until 8 p.m. every day, tomorrow and on Thursday. If you're registered to vote, please go out and vote. You can vote. There are 11 polling stations in Prince George's County right now. You can go to any one of them to vote. You don't have to go to your precinct to vote. You can vote at any of the 11 locations. If you're not registered to vote and you're eligible to vote, you can walk into any of the stations, register the same day, and vote at the same time.
Awesome. I just have one quick question from one of our listeners. Jay Dunkel says, what does she think about mandatory Saturday school for underperforming students?
On that issue, I think it's an opportunity to give them, it's an avenue to give them an opportunity to catch up. And I do agree with that, to catch up, give them the opportunity to learn, because sometimes if you're all together in the class and some people are not catching up to where the others are, if you don't give them an opportunity to give them the extra hour, extra attention to learn, because people are not on the same level of assimilation and some people just have issues with when everybody is together, attention and all of that. So I think it helps to give them that opportunity to be able to catch up.
Yes. And then going back to the free community college, it's pretty amazing because now nobody has an excuse not to go to college.
Exactly. I mean, some of us join the military to go to school.
Exactly.
Now you don't have to.
You don't have to. You don't have to.
And it's so amazing that now more people have an opportunity, and it's just to getting them to enroll and letting them know, hey, if you don't want to be, a professor, you don't have to be a professor, but you can actually go there and learn a trade. And if you learn the trade, one of the things that I will be proposing is to make sure that the county is empowering these students as they are graduating. We give them opportunities, we provide avenues for them, to start their own business,
small business
loans and grants and everything that is available to empower them. And this is how you can reduce crime. You understand? Because right now we're spending more money in the corrections department than we're spending in the schools.
It's true.
It's just horrible. And we can just turn that around. If we could just turn that around, things will be better in the county.
Wow.
Samuel has a question for you. I'm not sure. Well, let me ask a question. What are your thoughts on gun control, regardless of the fact the NRA is the biggest supporter of your party?
Okay, so I don't want to get dragged into national issues because the office I'm running for is a local office in Prince George's County, and I know a lot of people have been trying to tie me to what is going on the national level. But the one thing I can say about gun control is this, especially with our school, because I'm all about the education, I'm all about the families, I'm all about kids, I'm all about protecting and making sure that our kids are safe in school. Because I had someone ask me that, do I agree with teachers having guns and all of that, and I do not agree with that. We have law enforcement that have been trained on firearms and the use of firearms and all of that. But now if you start to allow teachers to carry firearms, I understand the need for protection. It might be dangerous because sometimes, kids can be kids and somebody can get frustrated and start doing things they're not supposed to do because they're not trained in firearms. That's one thing that I do not support as far as that. But I do agree that we need gun control because we've lost a lot of lives to unnecessary gun violence, and that's just sad. We've lost so many lives, and it keeps happening, and I believe we should definitely have gun control.
Okay, back to education. So there was a legislation passed, it's the HB 1107, and it kind of gives some new parameters on how education, mainly superintendents or what they call CEOs, are elected. And in your campaign ads, you're all for reverting what has been done to give the parents control of their children's education. Can you enlighten us more about that?
So currently, the county executive is responsible for appointing the CEO, superintendent of the schools, and the vice. And the county council generally also have one appointment, and then the citizens can vote for board members of the school board. And that gives too much power to the county executive to decide, because these are the decision makers. These are the people who ultimately control. You have the superintendent, you have the vice, and they ultimately make decisions on how resources are allocated in the schools and everything else that they're doing. And so I believe that if we put the parents in control of their children's education, we will be better off for it. And don't put that power in the hands of one person. And at the end of the day, they make decisions that we don't favor. Look at the situation with the last CEO, with Maxwell, with what happened. And then when he resigned, he got all that money that could have gone to school, that could have fixed some of the mood situations that we have, that could have gone to pay more teachers. And also, there was something else that happened. A lot of the executives received pay raise, but not the teachers.
Yeah.
We left the teachers out. That was just wrong. That was supposed to be across the board. And these are some of the things that I'm going to be, proposing and supporting and making sure that we're doing right by our teachers, that we're paying them better, that we're hiring more qualified teachers, and that we're giving them incentives to stay. So these are some of the things that I'll be proposing. I'll be working with a lot of the school board members. We can't work in silos. I know people say, "Oh, council members don't have control of the school." We don't work in silos. We all work together. That's how you solve problems. The elected officials, the board member, the school board members, and the parents. We all have to be involved in this. It takes a village to raise a child, and we are that village, and we have to work together. Everybody is campaigning on this issue now, the school. And I know for some of them it's politics as usual. I'm not a politician. I'm a small business owner. You all know that. Yeah. So I'm about the issues, and I'm going to be holding everyone responsible to what they have promised. They all run on school. So I'm going to be holding them responsible, school board members, elected officials, and everyone else that can make a difference. You're elected in an office for a reason. So you can sit back and say, "Oh, that's not my jurisdiction. That's the school board." No, that's just not right.
Yeah.
So one thing about our platform is it's very interactive.
Okay.
So I'm going to read some questions, some statements. First of all, I want to thank Josie Wells, Abia Dilema, Justin Reed for joining us. We're talking about Prince George's County politics. I guess it's more as a statement and a questions. We need to change in Prince George's County. We don't even have a decent hospital in the county. Most of us have to go to Montgomery, Howard, and Anne Arundel County for hospital service. Carla Mashallah says, "Nice job. Good evening to you."
Good evening.
Madire has joined. Thank you very much. Carla also has a question. It says, "Question: I'm an independent. Tell me why I should be let me start over. Tell me why I should be a Republican, given the current rhetoric by the Republicans today, and why I should support the GOP."
Okay, so thank you very much for that question. Number one, what is happening at the national level is sad. And unfortunately, I have no control over that. I do not support most of the things that is happening at that level. Our president has not helped matters much. A lot of the things that he doesn't say, I do not agree with. He called my birth country a name that I do not even want to repeat, and I do not agree with that. I resent that, and the only way I can fight back, though, is by being at the table, making decisions, doing the right thing, and proving to people that you can be a Republican and do the right thing. And also, Prince George's County, the office I'm running for is a local office. It has no bearing at all on what's going on the national level. I'm about change in Prince George's County. Every elected official that we have right now is Democrat. And I just want to be an independent voice, the voice of the people. And like I said before, the Democratic Party has not helped us much in terms of how we elect the people that we put in office.
Exactly.
We have good people run for office on the Democratic Party. A lot of them are my friends. And a lot of them I know would have done good, but they got cheated out.
Shafted.
With this fake official sample ballot that does not have everyone on
and
it.
Nationally, that is why we are where we are today.
And that's why we are where we are today, and that's why I'm running, and that's why somebody said, "You're crazy. You're running. You're Republican in Prince George's County." I told them, look, somebody has to be crazy enough to want change and to want better for the people of this county, to do something that hasn't been done, or maybe people are just too afraid to do. For the way I'm doing it. Yeah. But I'm about change, and I want people to know that. I'm about making a difference. I'm about doing the right thing. If I don't do what I say I'm going to do, vote me out. It's 4 years. I'm a small business owner. I'm not a career politician. But it is time that we start to change things in Prince George's County. It is time for us to start getting things right. It is time for us to start putting people first over politics. It is time. Prince George's County, what we need the most right now is not politics. It's leadership. It's transparency. It's accountability. It's putting the people first. It's being open and letting the people know exactly what is going on. We've had enough of this run around. I understand, how some people feel and say you're a Republican. I just can't vote for a Republican. I have nothing to do with that. This is about Prince George's County. This is not about the White House. This is about my house. It's about your house, like my friend Fred Price would say. So it has nothing at all to do with the rhetorics and all of that issue that is going on at the national level. And I want people to see this and that. I want to make a difference. I want to make a change. I have a friend that is running for school board. Belinda Queen is running for school board. If you live in District 6, please look into Belinda. She's an activist. She's been advocating for the children. She's a Democrat. I'm a Republican, but she's still my friend because I know her heart and I know she's going to do good. And these are the kind of people we want to put on the school board, not the people that have been pre-selected by some establishment who at the end of the day would make the decision. He who pays the piper dictates the tune.
That's
and
right.
So they put you there, you have to answer to them. If they tell you can't pass a bill for the schools, you can't pass a bill for the school. They kill the bill before it gets out. And that's why if it's not going to happen there, then people need to start raising their hands on the Republican side and say, hey, I can do it and get it done. Because if a Republican comes in there and don't do the right thing, vote them out. That's what vote them out. It's 4 years. Vote them out. The power is in the hands of the people. Let's stop giving the power away, our power away to people we don't know. People come onto the polling centers and they say, oh, we've been told to vote all Democrat, vote all Democrat. And I told the lady, I said, John the Baptist is on the ballot, but there's Democrat in front of his name, and you're just going to vote for him even though he doesn't exist. And she says, well, we've been told to vote all Democrats, all Democrats. And I say, election is going to be over on November 6th. And we're right back where we are. All of this noise and excitement and everything is going to go away. Then what happens to the schools? What happened to our taxes? We're right back where we are with the same people that have been doing things the way they've been doing it, and we're back to the same complaint that we've always had.
Thank you for that passionate explanation, because I have some people, Bim, Abudu, I hope that answers your questions. Why Republican?
Okay,
it's why everybody is sitting. And,
I understand
she just answered the question. But I have one question I want to read out to you real quick.
Okay.
Samuel Yenikon. I have a 3-year-old daughter in school in Landover. She tells me how they have been drilled on where to hide if there is a shooting in our school. I need to be sure what you would do to make her safe and comfortable in our school.
One of the things that I will be proposing is that we have more protection in terms of law enforcement in our schools. I don't think we have enough right now. I know our law enforcement department has been doing a fantastic job. God has been good to us in Prince George's County. We haven't had any of the fatalities that has been going on in other part of the countries, and I really give it to them. They've done a fantastic job. They're doing a great job, and I pray to God that we do not experience, what a lot of these parents have been through. But I will be proposing that we make sure that we have enough protection on the school, in all of our schools, and make sure that the teachers are trained on what to do, the drills, and continue doing the drills and how to protect the students in case something happens. So that's what I will be proposing, and I will be supporting.
Sorry, Michael, I just want to go through. There's a lot of comments coming in, but I'm going to go through, just skip through. Adeso just says accountability. Carl said great answer, thank you and good luck.
Thank you.
Folarin is in the building. That's from Ina George Akoji.
Okay.
So sorry, go ahead.
Yeah. Okay. Just back to schools and teachers. So right now, Prince George's County has about slightly over 9,000 teachers. What would you be proposing? Is it about and it's kind of a two-way question. Is it about the number of teachers or the quality of teachers, and what can be done to ensure that we're getting the best teachers, and how many more do you think we need to make the system better?
It's both, actually. We need more teachers because right now our classes are overcrowded. We don't have enough teachers. A lot of the teachers left, And at the beginning of this school session, we had about 1,000 new teachers. At first I was excited that, yay, we're having more teachers, but at the end of the day, I realized we're replacing the ones that left. And so that's one of the things, and we need to pay them better and give them incentives to want to stay. A lot of our teachers right now are coming out of pocket to buy supplies for their kids. And we have teachers in Montgomery County are actually passing down supplies to Prince George's County, books and stuff that they've used and they're no longer needing. They send it to us. And we need to do better in that area. And we need to hire more qualified teachers to reduce the class sizes so we can actually have quality education for these kids that they deserve.
Yeah, because Montgomery County has, because I want to also ask that question. Montgomery County has 205 schools.
Yes.
We have 207.
Yeah.
They have over 160,000 students. We have 130. So our problem is not schools. The reason why they're in larger class sizes is because we don't have enough teachers.
So we are Afrobeat Live.
Thank you.
And we have about 10 minutes left.
Okay.
And we've been having a lot of intense questions and stuff like that.
Okay.
So we're going to pump the brakes a little bit and just, ask you some fun questions.
Oh, great.
Yes. So I'm going to ask, this is my question.
Okay.
If you were given $5 million today,
Ooh.
as a grant, not
Okay.
personal, to spend,
I know.
to do something in the county, what
Yeah.
would you spend it on?
Oh, wow. I will be supporting a lot of the nonprofit organizations that are doing things to help our youth, especially in the area of STEM.
Okay.
To make sure that we're getting, giving them all the supports that they need, and making sure that they're getting the exposure and the education they need in the STEM. Because if we focus on this area, then we can have better opportunities for these kids to get involved in more important things, and they're able to do better things. Technology in the technology area, and I think I would just be spending all my money on that. I know there's a lot of grants available now that a lot of people don't even know about, especially our nonprofits, and we need to be partnering with them. The elected officials should be partnering with a lot of these organizations to help our youth. So that's where I'll be spending all the money.
Okay. One more fun question.
Sure.
It's a two-part question. One, what area? I don't want to give you a street or your area or whatever.
Okay.
What area of the county do you live?
I live in Bowie.
Live in Bowie, okay. I'm a lifelong PG County, person. I've been in America.
Prince George's County.
Prince George's. Thank you.
I'm used to saying PG.
No, it just doesn't sound right.
It doesn't sound right. Where are your favorite places? Give me 3 to 5 places in Prince George's County that you like to go to have fun.
Well, around my office, I like it there because since I opened up my office in Hyattsville, Maryland, things have changed a lot.
Okay.
It's been a lot of development. We have a movie theater right behind my office.
Nice.
There are lots of nice restaurants in
Okay.
Hyattsville,
So
right
Hyattsville
across.
one.
Oh my goodness, you should be there. So when I'm really stressed out at work, I just take a walk down there. It's a lot of restaurants out there. It's the University Tower Center, the movie and the restaurants, music, and all the fun things that happen there. That's my comfort zone. I walk a lot. I'm a workaholic, so I don't really get time to go out much, but I just love it there. The development that has happened in Hyattsville.
Okay, that's one. I need like 3 to 5.
Oh, really?
Come on, it's one time.
Well, I like College Park. It's
Okay.
bubbly. I know it's a college student
Yeah.
area, and it's bubbly. It's close to my office again. I go around my comfort zone. They have a lot of restaurants. They have a lot of fun places there. I like interacting with the students and see what's new, what's going on with them. That's how you find out, a lot of things. And in Bowie Town Center.
You didn't say my favorite spot. The National Arbor. You don't like the National Arbor? Oh, come on.
National Arbor is one place one of my favorite things to do there is the ice
The ice
thing,
skating, yeah,
the ice
yeah. In the
skating
Christmas time.
for Christmas time.
Yeah, take
I
the
take
kids
all
and
my
stuff.
nieces and
Yeah.
nephews. Every time I just book some rooms there and we stay there and we have fun. And we're looking forward to doing it again this year. But that's not something that I do every day, which is
Regularly.
why, yeah, because when you said what are the fun things, yeah. But National Harbor, oh, absolutely. We do the ice skating every year and the kids love it.
Cool.
All right. So let's get serious again, real quick, for like 5 more minutes before you
Okay.
wrap up. Just to read some questions.
Okay.
There are 4 pillars to build strong community: hospital, supermarkets, community bank, and schools. Overall, Prince George's County seems to be failing in all 4 components. Ooh, sorry, just moved real quick.
Okay.
I gotta pull it back. Coming back over there. I'm reading Justin Reed question. Please, producer, don't change the link. Where is the question? Okay, got it back.
Okay.
Overall, Prince George's County seems to be failing in all 4 components compared to the neighboring counties. How can we follow small business owners contribute to improving the 4 pillars, which are
Schools.
hospitals, supermarkets, community bank, and schools?
So we talked a lot about the school systems, and we talked about what needs to be done and how we can do that. But one of the things is that we need to support our small business owners. A lot of them are moving out of the county. One, we're killing them with taxes, and we're not encouraging and supporting them. I mean, that's our elected officials, and that will change when I'm elected. Because I'm a small business owner. I've owned my business in this county for almost 15 years, and I know what we go through. There's a lot of contracts going out of the county right now that's going to people who don't even live in this county. So how do you empower the people? How do you develop the economy if you're not empowering the people that lives here and you're giving contracts out to people who don't live here? And so I'll be focusing on that and making sure that the jobs that we're actually giving out or going out from the county goes to people who live in the county. I'm excited about what's going on right now in Lago. Hopefully that will help with the hospital and supermarkets and a lot of the good things that are coming. But I'm just concerned that we put our people who live in Prince George's County, put them first. And don't allow people who don't live in this county, developers come, take up everything, build up everything, buy up everything, and then we're left holding an empty bag.
Interesting. So I want to ask you a question. As a successful businesswoman, I'm sure you inspire many people out there. What do you have to say to young ladies, especially of African descent? Many of them are doing well, but we're really focused on ourselves and what we can get for ourselves. What kind of advice would you give to them to be able to allow them use the things they have, their skills, their profession to affect our communities and maybe join politics?
One thing I'm hoping that I'll be able to inspire people to do with my running for this office is that people will get involved. Please get involved. I don't care if you're Democrat or Republican. Just get involved in making a difference. If you think more about the people and about the issue and how you can effect a change in your community, it goes a long way. And people see that, and people can tell. And so get involved in however way you can. Get involved. Don't just go on the Facebook and make comments on what are you doing and not actually be a part of, making a difference. Attend events, attend programs. There's one thing I will be using, if you allow me and I win this election, is I would like an opportunity to come on your show, to be able to talk to people about what's going on in the county, what opportunities are available in the county that we should be taking advantage of, what we can do to help, especially the African community in this county to grow and benefit from the opportunities that are available. Because one of the things I've come to realize is things are happening in this county, and a lot of our people don't even know.
Right.
There are grants available in this county, and I know a lot of our people have 501c companies and all of that. We have a lot of young people doing great things. We have sisters in my church who have, charitable organization doing things for young girls, doing all kind of wonderful things. And there are opportunities available to them. There are grants available to them in the county. that they don't have access to, and that's just because they don't know,
Yeah.
and that's because nobody is telling us, and that's because we don't have a seat at the table, and that's why I'm running. And a lot of people who are wondering why I'm being a Republican running in the county, the truth is right now in the African community, we don't have any representation in any elected office in this county. We don't. And it's just so sad. I mean, I told you, we have people running that have not been able to get the opportunity to do it. And I was a Democrat for the longest time.
Yeah.
And everybody is running as a Democrat, and yes, we still don't get that opportunity. And we're sitting down complaining and saying, Republican, we can do better than that.
I think the national politics and, the big media distracts people a lot from what is going on actually around them.
And I do completely understand that. I just hope people will, educate themselves, get more information and understand the issues. Don't get, I wanted to use the word bamboozled by what is going on on the national, and they're going to trick you with that and get you to forget what is important and get you to forget the reason why we're where we are, the reason why we don't have a seat. We're not even in the room, let alone get a seat at the table. Decisions are being made about us and concerning us without any representation. These are people who don't even know us. So how do you make decisions about us when you don't know what our issues are, when we don't have anybody there speaking on our behalf saying, hey, we want to pass this bill for this group of people. This is how it benefits us. This is how we want it. This is what we need. We don't have anybody. Democrat or Republican, we don't have any.
So again, thank you so much for coming. We really appreciate you. For you guys out there, if you haven't voted, you have until Thursday for early voting. November 6th is important. It's about us. Forget, like she said, I'm just restating her message.
Okay.
Forget what's going on at the national level. Focus on what's going to affect you at home. If you're a PG County, Prince George's County resident, make sure you go out and do early voting. Is there anything at all that you want to say to people? Please look in the camera.
Oh, I just want to encourage everyone to look into who your pick on the school board. This is very, very important. We've been sitting here talking a lot about education. The people you elect into the school board, they make the most decision concerning the school system. And it is important that we elect the right people. If you live in District 6, consider and look into Belinda Quinn. She's a good person. She means well. She's about the kids. She's putting the kids over politics. If you live in District 3, I'm supporting Juwan Blocker. Is actually a student running as a student member of the school board. These are some of the things. Look into all of these people. And above all, I ask that you come out and vote. Please come out and vote. Early voting continues tomorrow from 10 a.m. until 8 p.m. and on Thursday from 10 a.m. until 8 p.m. And I ask that you vote Felicia Folarin for your county council at large for Prince George's County, because I'm all about change. I'm all about making a difference. I'm not about what is going on in the White House. I'm all about the children. I'm all about education. I'm all about our taxes, and I'm all about how we can make a difference in our community and no longer be number 22 out of 25 in the education system.
And while you're looking at the camera, how can people reach you? How can they find out about your policies?
Please visit my website at www.votefeliciafolarin.org. You can call me on my cell phone. It's 240-381-4704. You can send me an email at Felicia at votefeliciafolarin.org. And we still need help. Election day is November 6th. From 7 a.m. until 7 p.m., I believe. And if you're able to volunteer to help us out, please, we need people to help us canvass at the voting stations. We need a lot of people. We need a lot of volunteers. Give us a call, send us an email, let us know how you can help. If you're able to donate, we would appreciate that. We need money to be able to reach more people to help our campaign and make sure that we get a seat at the table.
Thank you very much. Guys, I just want to say real quick, I'm sorry if we couldn't get out to all the questions. I know Helen, Dorian, you got a whole bunch of questions coming in, but we ran out of time. Michael, anything I want to bring up before we go?
No, it's been really awesome. I just want to encourage everyone, don't be stuck on parties. Go out and look at the candidates and make a choice. I think Felicia is an amazing choice, so just look her up on her website. Also, I want to remind everyone of the ABL Christmas party taking place on December the 8th. So check on our social media platforms. It's going to be amazing. So make out the time to come to the Christmas party.
Yes, and you are invited to our ABL Christmas party, December 8th.
Okay.
It's a Saturday evening. We would love to have you. So please.
I would love to be there.
Yes. I'm sorry, I'm reading a quick comment real quick. Okay. I think we're good. Any questions? Anything from anybody? All right. There's no questions, so let's play a quick game that we like to play.
Okay, I'm not very good
It's
at
called
playing
Rapid
games.
Fire.
Okay.
Give us the first thing that comes to your mind, real quick. All right, and I'm gonna give you a little music in the background to to ease you. So I'm gonna say a thing. Just give me the first thing that comes to your mind.
Okay.
Ready? House.
Insurance?
Job.
I have no idea.
Love.
My husband?
Highsville.
Oh, GDI Insurance Agency. All state.
Politics.
Vote FeliciaFolarin.org.
Mom.
Oh, I love my mother to death.
Trump.
I do not agree with anyone who will call my birth country a name that I cannot repeat.
Thank you very much. It's been fun. It's been a pleasure. Thank you so much.
Thank you
We've
for
had
having
fun.
me. Thank
I hope
you.
you guys have had a chance to meet someone that is willing to work for you, help you. Again, like Mike said, what did you say earlier about? It's not about the party.
It's not about parties. It's about the person. So go out there. The internet is almost free and check out everyone.
Yes. Thank you very much. It's been a good day. It's been a pleasure. Thank you.
Thank you.